Hi, this is KY Chia. Today I want to tell you a story of a jury trial. You know, our jury trial system was abolished in 1995. The last case being Mona Fandi. All right. So jury trial was only meant for capital punishment, meaning to say the mandatory sentence if found guilty was death by hanging. Okay, I was a jury for 2 times. You don't believe it. Even I find it hard to believe. Okay, this is my story. I received a letter from the government when I was working, a subpoena asking me to attend court on such and such a date. So I was there. I saw many people gathered. They were in full suit. There were 20 of them, all right. So there was about a little after 8. And then a court clerk also dressed in black in full suit came out. He said, okay, gentlemen, we will go into the court at 9 o'clock. All right. So at 9 o'clock sharp, we went inside and waited. Then a door opened, a judge came out, and we nodded. So he was introduced and he sat down and he said, okay, gentlemen, you have been called, 20 of you, but the OKT, the defendant, sitting over there, he's already there with his defendant, with the counsel, he will agree or disagree. And when your name is called, when we call you out. So one by one we were called out. And one by one he nodded, you know. Nodded means we would be in the panel. So by and by, 7 of us were selected. Out of which there were 2 women, I think, one Singh and an Indian, one Malay and 2 Chinese. 7 of us, all right. And so after that, the judge dismissed the defendant and the lawyer. They went off. And then the judge briefed us on what we should do. You don't have to worry, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, now we have selected 7 of you. The rest of you, thank you very much. You're now dismissed. You have done your duty. I'll call you again. So these are the lucky ones. Lucky? I'm not so sure whether you can use the word lucky. So we were quite excited and nervous, I think. So we just stood before the judge. And the judge said, okay, I'll be swearing you in. So what he did was, so the court clerk, you know, and the judge will be holding a placard, and you will read after me. So the judge looked at us, and the court clerk read out we call it the oath. And so we put up our right hands. So we just repeated after him. Yeah, what he said. That's all. And after that, the judge looked at us, and then we were sworn in. And then the judge explained, you don't have to be afraid, you know. This is the state duty. You have to do it. Okay, so you people, when the trial begins, you will be given notes, you know, pencils, and you'll be writing down evidence or whatever, you know, that will be exhibited or talked about in court. Remember, you are the judges. You are judges as well. You are the judges of fact. And me, I'm the judge of law. So we combine this, the judges of fact, the judge of law. We combine this, then we get the verdict. And the verdict should be either you release him or you find him guilty. it has to be 7-0, 7 of you, either way, right? So you don't worry about the sentencing. I'm the judge. I'll do the sentencing. It is mandatory, that sentence. You have to don't worry. Even if sentenced to death, because there will be other courts of appeal. This is the High Court. Then we have a Court of Appeal, Federal Court, and even the Pardons Board, just to brief you. And the whole process will take no less than 6-7 years. So you don't have to worry, just do your duty. Nothing personal, okay? So is that clear? Is that understood? You don't have to worry. It's a solemn state duty. So you are given leave to come. So you don't have to go to work anymore. But very important, you're not supposed to discuss the case, the process at all, even with your wife, your spouse. And then when you have done your duty, you just merge back into society. You're not supposed to tell anybody, alright? What happened. Don't have to worry. You'll be protected. Okay, it's in the court of law. We always swear before before us, you'll be safe. It's a solemn duty to the state, to the country. Okay, so I think that's all for now. So I hereby dismiss you. And then we will see you in court. Thank you. That's it. With that, he just stood up and then disappeared into his chambers. The clerk then turned to us, "Gentlemen, don't worry. There is a room beside this called this deliberation room. Tea is ready for you before you go back. Tea and coffee. So thank you very much." We went inside. True enough, there were 2 pots, 1 pot of coffee, 1 pot of tea, and the milk were around, and there was 1 big plate of mee hoon and the paper plates. So the 7 of us tucked in, we had our nice breakfast, and before we went back, we sat down. So we start asking ourselves. One Malay lady, sweet lady, said, "Why? How can I be killing people, man? I don't know anything about the law." But the other gentleman said, "What is there to worry? The judge already told us that he so that he will sentence and not us." And I also chipped in and said, he also told us that we are the judges of facts, the judge of law. So another Malay gentleman said, he will guide us. Don't worry. Just come and you do your thing. And from among us, we had to elect a spokesman. So the name, it's a foreman. We call it foreman, just like a foreman, F-O-R-E-M-A-N. So then we chit-chat and we made some phone calls. We had a nice breakfast. And that is the end of part 1. So we had the view. We're coming back for the trial. That would be next week. Okay. So my story ends here. Thank you.